Hey folks, Kevin here at the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom. Behind me as usual, the beautiful wagon wheel and hopefully some wisdom still up here. I wanted to discuss something that I find to be related to this journey as well that we're on. If you haven't yet, look up what twin flames is, and I mean deeply read about it. Don't just listen to my take on it. And I suppose let it hit home really hard that there really isn't going back on this one. Like, we're kind of in this journey, and that's the point of the help to get through this process. So if you can kind of stick with that, I think what I'm about to say is going to make sense and why I do it. So I had spoke earlier about smoking marijuana and how I've stopped doing that. And I just want to always tell you the truth from my level and my experience. It's not that I'm advising somebody else to do this. I'm just going to tell you my experience with it. So after my dad had committed suicide, obviously depression sunk in pretty good, and they put me on meds for about 2.5 years. Reuptake inhibitors, and I forget the names of it because this is going back a while, but there was 5 different ones, and they didn't work for me. I felt worse on every single one of them, so I took the bold decision, being a total idiot, and decided to quit cold turkey. I don't advise ever doing that. And then the other route I took was I tapered it off, I think over 3 to 4 months, and was finally off of them and started smoking marijuana instead. Or maybe I smoked a little bit, and that's kind of what pushed me to want to to not take meds, because like I said, I felt worse taking them. So started smoking. Fast forward, and we'll take this last year, especially during COVID. You know, it was no longer about using it for a good purpose. It was pretty much just about smoking myself numb for a pretty good chunk of the time. I'd try to quit, but always would come back to it thinking I could, handle it, and always end up smoking more in the long run. So with my thinking with where we're going with this, how I keep stressing the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and living more in the moment and in tune and in line with our real existence, the whole point of this is we can't go back to the old. When I said earlier that there's no going back, to me I can't go back to the old ways of approaching things. And in order to be who I think I need to be, using that would mean I'm still clinging to the old, and those old mindsets really didn't. They worked up until a point when it started to be a smoking all day thing, and at that point I'm not smoking weed's smoking me. So the withdrawals from that, and people really claim that there isn't. I shouldn't say don't claim, but I don't think they give enough credit to this part. Like, I had horrible night sweats for a good week. I mean, like, drenching the bed. The detox was a little crazy. Chills in bed at night too. I really wasn't able to sleep real good going through it, and it didn't take a day or two. I'm talking like 7 straight days of that. So yeah, I don't know. People really, I think, minimize its effects. So I'm not going to tell anybody here what to do. You do you. If you guys treat it different, where it's just a nightly thing for you, you guys do you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to tell you my experience, because I'm sitting on here going, don't drink, don't smoke weed, blah, blah, blah. The don't drinking part to me is pretty obvious. But the smoking weeds one is a little different, because it's still very recreational. It's not legal in every state, so it's kind of like you're kind of smuggling it across the border here in our state, Wisconsin. It's still not fucking legal. What year is it? But so yeah, I wanted to get that out and just tell you from my take why I don't anymore. I have a place in mind that I would like to get to, and it could be even better, maybe not as good, I don't know, but I know in order for me to get there, I can't do the old things that I used to do. And quite honestly, this whole power of now stuff, I kind of used to, right? I don't know, with a clear head, it's kind of a real thing, and it's kind of a cool thing. And on this journey, I think that is very, very important, if not needed. So that's just my approach with it. And my insight, you know, if you're vibing with this, lean into it a little bit, give it a shot. And just kind of see, you know, take a week off, take 2 weeks off. Because it does take a little while for the brain to kind of, you know, rewire itself. It's been dependent upon something like mine was, and it takes some time. But I don't know. Give it a shot, see what you think. See if it changes the overthinking part at all. And I think that overthinking and looping and constantly thinking about the past is a huge issue. So I guess if you are to lead into it and you do it for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, I mean, God bless you. Just remember that and try and kind of know, and pay attention to that and see if it's less and less with the thoughts. But that's what I got tonight, man. Just wanted to break that down and stop sounding like I'm up here, you know, don't smoke weed. That's not what I'm saying. So, love you guys. Later.